Thank you. Alongside Marty Baron, Bob McKenzie and the big boys for the Boston Bruins showed up in Game 4. The first 3 games in this series, they mustered just 1 point. It was 1 goal. That came from David Pastrnak. In this game alone, they managed 3 goals, 5 points. Yes, Bergeron getting 2 here, but Bobby, it was an ugly win.
You know what? It was a capital W weird win for the Boston Bruins, but you're absolutely right. The good news for them was that the Lost Boys were back. Patrice Bergeron gets back on the scoreboard, and he got it going early and got the Bruins some confidence to get off the schneid on that power play goal. So that was very much welcome. David Pastrnak able to get that one up and over the goaltender, and that felt good too. And then Brad Marchand gets an assist in the game. And overall, I mean, you look at their power play and you say, you know what? Power play didn't seem very good tonight, and it wasn't, except that they got 2 goals on 6 tries. And the important thing was between them, the big boys, Bergeron, Marchand, and Pastrnak, they had 15 shots on goal. So the Bruins will take it. There were no moral victories in the playoffs, only victories, and they got one.
They were giving up a lot of shorthanded chances even when they were on that power play. There was a moment where you thought, uh-oh, but we love to say, what was the TSN turning point for the Boston Bruins?
It was definitely about halfway in the first period, just after the Columbus Blue Jackets took a penalty, take a save for Trippin, and then Boone Jenner gets a breakaway shorthanded. They had many of those, and Jenner's been so good for Columbus. He gets taken down by Marchand right there. He gets a penalty shot. Boston is up 1-0. So you're thinking, hey, if you score, you tie this up. No. But now Boston still has 1:40 of power play time. So this is one of those situations where getting a penalty shot is not really the best case scenario, because missing the penalty shot gave Boston so much time on the power play, and they got the 2-goal lead at that point that ended up being the game-winning goal. So Boone Jenner has been really good. Missed that opportunity right there on the penalty shot in the first period.
Columbus does get on the board. They do get a goal, but Bob, a lot of questions around it. Why did it count? As you take us through this very interesting goal.
Well, you know, it's interesting because a lot of people are looking at this goal and they're saying there's no way this should have counted. And yet, according to the rules, it has to count. And the puck goes up and it goes off the mesh. Now, none of the referees, none of the linesmen saw it. It comes back into play, and Bjorkstrand passes the puck over, and it gets it in the back of the net. Rule 38.4 is pretty straightforward on this. If that puck had gone directly off the end mesh, the out-of-play netting, and gone directly off a player and into the goal would have been disallowed. If Oliver Bjorkstrand had collected that puck off the mesh and shot it into the net, that goal would have been disallowed. But because he made a play and put it over, then it ceased to become a non-goal, and it counted. And so for Panarin, it goes in. Now, this all dates back to 2014 in a game between the LA Kings and the Detroit Red Wings. Nicholas Kronwall with the shot. It hit the net, and it went directly in off of the back of Jonathan Quick. And at the time, Rule 38.4 didn't have that specificity that they now have, but they put it in because of that. So a lot of people think, I mean, if you've got an offside challenge and you have an entry that's illegal, it could be 60 seconds later, the goal gets scored and they say, nope, sorry, you were offside. In this particular instance, it does matter how long after it came off the mesh and what happened in between as to whether or not they count the goal or not. It's just the way the rule is. There's going to be a lot of people that don't like it. At the end of the day, I guess it doesn't matter because the right team won.
I've had that happen against me in Ottawa when I was playing with the New York Islanders, and it is the worst feeling because you know the puck has gone off the mesh and you almost stop playing a little bit, and then it's in the back of the net and it counts as a goal. Chris Neal got a goal that day, and I wanted to maybe get him back every time after that.
I don't know. The rule confuses me, and I guess that's why sometimes you can turn around and say, I broke the rules because I just didn't understand them.